Welcome back, everyone. I'm Yvonne Davis, author, astrologer, and life transformation coach. So this is my channel where I do general astrology and political astrology. And I'm thinking about changing the name to Yvonne Davis, Awakened Astrology, or Astrology for the Apocalypse, or something like that. But anyway, as always, if you're new to my channel or haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Click like on this video, share with friends and family and on social media, and leave your comments. And I do absolutely love the comments. They are so awesome. I learned so much from you guys when I read the comments. I find out that so many of you are just, so incredibly have evolved your consciousness and are really getting this message, and that just so touches and warms my heart. I just love it. And then there are some other people who aren't getting it, and if they are willing to leave a question, I really appreciate it, because then I know what kinds of answers I need to give. So for some people this stuff is old news. They were there 10 years ago or 20 years ago, and maybe it's not for you, but I suggest, if you come and you're watching it and it's not your message, just stick around. There will be other videos that are more on par for you and what you're looking for. And because I think basically the thing for me was that, I did a lot of videos about Trump's astrology and political astrology and things like that, and people love those videos, and I enjoyed making them too. But I also feel that we are at a crossroads now, and I have to be true to my heart. We all have to be true to our hearts. And I feel very clear in my own heart, what my intuition is telling me and what the charts are telling me is that what we are going through right now is not going to be over anytime soon. If you've been paying attention to my channel, or if you go and watch other astrologers, including me, have been talking about the fact that Saturn and Pluto were conjunct. I believe the exact day was January 12th, 2020. That was only 2 days after a full moon eclipse that was conjunct. It was at 20 degrees of Capricorn and Cancer, which was conjunct the 22 degrees of the Pluto-Saturn conjunction that came just 2 days later. And we kept predicting massive, unbelievable, life-changing, life-shattering, revolutionary change is coming. And we were waiting for it to happen. And then the impeachment of Donald Trump came, and we thought, well, okay, that must be it. And that kind of went nowhere. But I thought, something's coming. The charts tell me something is coming. This can't be over. And, it's just, everybody knew, all the astrologers knew that something unbelievably life-changing, and for some people life-shattering and revolutionary change is coming. It most closely relates to the Reformation, which was kicked off when Martin Luther nailed his theses to the church door. Now, that event itself might have seemed fairly simple. We don't know. I haven't read books, and besides, even if a historian could write about that moment in time, they can't really know what it was like, so we just have to guess. It doesn't seem that intense. He just went up and nailed his theses to the church door, his protest. But from that point forward, that kicked off the Reformation. And our lives are completely different now because of that. Because eventually there was the collapse of the Holy Roman Empire, and we were able to crawl out of the Dark Ages into the Renaissance. And so if you think it's not a big deal, think again. Not only that, but we are in the awakening. We are in the quickening, okay? We are in the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And I know some of you understand what I'm saying, okay? You understand what the word awakening means. You understand what the quickening means. You understand what it means when I say this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. It's not just a song, okay? It's a 2,000-year cycle. And we are moving out of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And I am going to bring up some charts and show you some good news, but I need to make this clear that this is not a time for fucking around. And I apologize if some people find that language offensive, but this is dead serious stuff. This is not a time to be, you know, acting like children. It's not a time for being petty. And some people are getting offended by this message, you know. Some people are getting their egos bruised and they don't like it because they don't want to wake up. But the reason why I'm saying this is because I care about my viewers. I care about the human species. I care about this planet. I care about every species on this planet. We're not going backwards, ever. This is a massive revolutionary change, okay? We are not going backward, and that isn't just my wishful thinking. We are at the crossroads of two timelines, and if we go backward, it won't be the way it was before. It will be a world where everyone is on lockdown all the time, because the power elite will realize that we are happy little sheep ready to go to slaughter, and we will be enslaved 1,000 times worse than anything you are experiencing right now. And what I find interesting is that I read statistics that 80% of people would quit their job immediately if they won the lottery. That's enslavement. If you would quit your job immediately if you won the lottery, that's enslavement. This is a time to wake up your heart and do what you love. Do what you're called to do, what your heart calls you to do. And, you know, we need to stop the pettiness and the shallowness. This isn't the time for it, okay? Because if you don't wake up to what your heart is calling you to do immediately and follow that path, no matter how scary it is, if you think that we're going to go back to what it was before, you've got your head in the sand, you know? And I'm just trying to wake people up. And I'm providing the message as best I know how, listening to my heart, listening to what I feel called to say. And for some people, that message really resonates, and for some people, it doesn't. And those people have already left my channel, and more may leave my channel, and I can't do anything about it because I have to speak my truth. So if you like my videos, but you're listening to a message that doesn't particularly resonate, you know, it doesn't mean you have to watch every single video. You could come back, the message, I'll keep sharing the message. Maybe, you know, one video you'll really like, you like the way I share the message, other videos you might not like it, and that's fine. But I have to follow my heart. I cannot stomach wasting hours of my time reading charts to tell you that, you know, Trump is a loser. We already know that. We don't need any more charts to know that Trump is a loser, you know. And I can't stomach the constant judgment of our fellow Americans, our fellow working class Americans. If their attitudes bother you, you know, if the things that they say bother you, understand they are brainwashed. They cannot help it. We have to reach out. This is a call for all light workers. If you're watching this channel, then obviously you have some interest in astrology, and you have some interest, I would assume, in awakening and in, you know, consciousness expansion and in living from the heart and in spiritual and mystical and occult issues. Occult just simply means the great mysteries, the things that are hidden. We are trying to illuminate the things that are hidden, okay? And so I assume that you're here because that's what you want. you know, and I'm here to share everything I possibly can about what I know over the years that I've been alive and my awakening experiences, my knowledge, my intuition. I'm here to share everything I possibly can with you, okay? So I think I'm going to make a video soon called Call to All Lightworkers, because I really want you to understand I can't go back either. I cannot go back. I have to go forward. I have to follow my heart and go forward. This is a time for all light workers to awaken, okay? Because there are a lot of people on this planet who are not going to awaken. And where we go in the future will depend on the level, the core level of consciousness on this planet. If the core level of consciousness is fear and pettiness and hatred and shame and judgment and blame, we will have a nightmare on our hands, basically. And I just don't know how to get that message across any stronger than I can. So, you know, like I said, if people can't resonate with this message and they have to leave, then I understand that. My subscriptions have definitely been going down lately. And while that does sadden me, I also recognize that for other people, this is exactly the message they need to hear and want to hear. And I have to be true to my heart. So that's all I can say. All right. So let's see. I do want to answer some of the questions that came up in the comments on my last video. That will take a few minutes, and then I'll get on to the charts that I'm going to show you today. All right, so one of the first questions I remember getting was about the fact that Trump's polls are supposedly at 60% approval. And someone said, how can he be losing support? Well, understand this. These are, here, maybe actually it would be better if I start over with a different question. So I had a question, and it was obvious to me that the person who asked the question hadn't seen this video. This video is titled Trump's Missing Information, and I will make an effort to remember to put the link above or at the end or somewhere else, you know, in the description box, or pin it to the top of the comments or something like that. But that's the name of it, Trump's Missing Information. And I go through everything. These are called the karmic dominoes, the code red hot buttons, okay? And this had to do with Trump, and he thought we were going to go back to business as usual by Easter. I'm sure there are a lot of people who want that. It's not going to happen, okay? We have mid-May retrogrades, especially Pluto and Venus, and the June 5th eclipse. Please go back and watch that video, because I don't want to just repeat the same information over and over and over again. We'll continue to have economic slowdown in the same time frame. We have global climate change because of Mars and Aries. Mars will be in Aries from, I put June 27th to November 14th, but actually November 14th is when it turns direct, and it will continue further, you know, at least another month. And so this will cause heat waves throughout the summer, droughts, forest fires, hurricanes, ice melt, and flooding.